Oh yeah, check us out. Oh, I don't like these 3 strips. That's weird. We're going like that. What is up, everybody? Welcome. We're doing an impromptu show tonight. We're just talking about is going to the movies still worth it? I got my movie chums here who go as much as I do, so I feel like they have some good insight. Introduce yourselves, boys. Mikey.
Yeah, Mega Mike, the movie man here. I'm always at the theater. It's like a second home. I go every weekend, sometimes multiple times a weekend. I just can't get enough. It's the best way to watch a movie still. So can't wait to talk the theater experience with you guys.
And Luke.
Yeah, you know me. What's up, everybody? Thank you, Huck, for inviting me, man.
Heck yeah.
But I go pretty much every single week, like sometimes even multiple times a week. Just depends on what's all out. But yeah, I'm ready to talk about this. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. So you're already tapping into a little bit, and we're probably going to have another guest join us here shortly. So we'll have a nice even 4-pack. So it'll be nice and cool. But basically, I just want to jump in and say the reason I thought of this is so I just got back from the movies today. All right. And I'm just going to start the ball rolling by asking, have either of you watched Undertone yet?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
Saw it yesterday.
Without giving anything away, thoughts, feelings.
I'll just give it to you with a simple this.
I knew you were gonna love that.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So I had the day off yesterday from work. So I was out of town to spend some time with my mom, and we decided to go see Undertone because my local theater wasn't playing it. So I was like, you know what? I want to go see this because people have been hyping it up, and I'm like, let's go see it. When it was over, I did the wide eye look, and I turned over to her just like slowly like this.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, what just happened?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, this is what we're getting into this about. So Mike, when you see it, you'll know. It's just like, it's another, I feel like I saw a movie recently that just ended like that. And it was, oh God, it played, I've just seen too many things. Or played a hokey song at the end. What was it, you guys? Like something, it was like a play on the title. I bet if I call up my channel, I'll see it. Hold on. But
I feel like I might know what you're talking about,
I
but
have no idea. It's all a blur to me. But was that movie really that good? Because that was one I'm like, I feel like I can skip it. Is that one I have to see now?
yeah,
Mike, knowing you, dude, I don't know if it's going to be particularly your thing, man. Like,
Okay, good.
I'll be honest.
I got too much stuff to watch.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was The Bride. So at the end of The Bride,
God.
The Bride.
At the end of The Bride, they play Monster Mash. I was like, no, what are you
That
doing?
was the best part of the movie, actually.
And then so I feel like this movie had a similar, it kind of ends you like this, and then a dorky song kicks in. I'm like, what are we doing? What is with the killing of the mood at the end of these movies? So,
well, here's another one that I just thought of. Here's another reason one that I thought of that kind of just ends like that. It's called The Plague.
mhm.
Like there's like it seems like something's getting like really intense. A dance number happens and then cut to black, directed by this person. I'm like, huh?
What?
Where was the resolution?
Yeah. So Mike, I will say this. This is why it's a nice. These are fun. Luke liked it. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It was so. Yeah, okay, if you want the best definition of slow burn, it's that movie.
Oh,
That movie takes its time
Can't do
getting
it.
to that resolution, and it was while there was tension throughout, but a lot of the tension was done with like they'll put the person right here in the frame, and then over here you're just waiting. You're waiting for something to pop out, and nothing does, or something might, but they're always doing it. Oh, it's over here. It's constant. I was like, and everything just feels slow. I don't know, Mike. I feel like you're gonna see it my way, but I don't know. I feel like I click. I never know when I click with either of you, but I'm always pleased when I do.
After The Bride, I'm being a lot more choosy on movies these days because The Bride, I'm like, oh my gosh, time wasted.
Okay, so let's get into that. That's the first topic. So we go out, we're planning our weekends. What makes you decide? First of all, we all have. You have the membership card too, right, Luke? You got one of those things?
No, my theater's a local mom and pop theater. So I don't really have like a chain.
Okay, so you just go, baby, and you pay for every movie.
Yep.
God bless you. All right. So, regardless of having a card, you do what Mike and I do. So, what do you do to select the movie for the weekend? Do you just go for the two newest ones that just dropped? Do you just go with your like, I want to see this movie? Luke, what's your instinct when going to the movies on the weekend?
I usually just try to go for the ones that I would want to see, but then there's some where it's like sometimes like you just got to make sacrifices. Like, it looks bad, it's gonna be bad, but it's like, just go for it. Like, I'll just give it a fair shot. And I regretted that with The Strangers Chapter 3, but luckily I made up for it the next weekend with Crime 101 and Go. Thankfully I made up for that. But yeah, most of the time it's just pretty easy selection because my theater doesn't usually get that many movies. So like say for one movie weekend, like or two movies, like let's go with that. Like two movies, like prime example, like next week we're gonna get like Project Hail Mary and Ready or Not 2.
Ready or Not 2. Yeah.
I'm seeing both of those.
Right. Yeah.
But then it was like, what else can I think of? Or another prime example, like Send Help, Iron Lung, saw both. But yeah, sometimes like, or just the weekend of like Strangers Chapter 3 and Solo Mio. I should have seen Solo Mio instead.
Oh, that movie's so good. Oh my!
I should have saw that one instead of Strangers Chapter 3 because as soon as it was over, and I was like, "Thanks for wasting my time."
Yeah, yeah.
But I will give this as a perk. I didn't have to pay a single dime to see it because I used a coupon, so I didn't have to pay to see it.
Oh, that's good. Mike, what guides you to what you're gonna watch over the weekend?
Oh man, a lot of factors. This weekend, as an example, this has like been the toughest weekend for me. I still don't know what I'm gonna see tomorrow, but I know I'm gonna go see a movie. But Thursday, I had to go see Reminders of Him because it was on my top 5 most anticipated titles of the year.
What?
I remember.
Remember the live stream?
Yep.
Everybody was choosing all the big mainstream titles. I'm like, I'm not going to choose what other people choose, so I'll get left with whatever I get left with. But I was actually pleasantly surprised. Micah Monroe never disappoints. So if you're a Micah Monroe fan, you get to see a lot of her. It's a Colleen Hoover romance drama movie, but it was actually pretty good. I gave it a 4-star, so I was pleasantly surprised by the end. So if you're into romance movies at all, I think it pays off by the end. Yeah, a lot of it's like Hallmark Lifetime stuff, but it picks up towards the end. But then tomorrow, oh man, I got a Sophie's Choice here. I tell you guys, maybe you guys can help make my decision.
Uh-oh.
Now, both of these are going to be a little bit far of a distance. It's either going to be like 30 minutes or 45 minutes each way. I can go to Flashback Cinema and see North by Northwest on the big screen. That's not bad.
Okay.
I would like that. Or 45 minutes, I can go see Kiki's Delivery Service on IMAX in 4K for the first time. And I'm also a big Studio Ghibli fan, and that is one of my favorite Ghibli titles. So it's like a great Hitchcock title, a great Ghibli title. It's so tough. I don't know what to do.
See that because of the way you described him, I can't guide you because I would personally, for me, I'd go see the Hitchcock movie because seeing older movies in the cinema, like when I saw Sunset Boulevard and all the Universal horror movies last year in the theater, that's what it felt like for those people back in the 30s and the 60s and the 50s. But if you're a big Ghibli fan, which I'm not, and it's IMAX, I don't know, maybe that's a bigger spectacle for you.
I know. I know I will like both either way because I already know I like both of the movies. So I might go the closer one though, just to save on the travel costs these days. So I might go North by Northwest. That's what I'm leaning towards. And plus that theater's really cool. It's like a luxury theater and they have like, like barbecue, barbacoa nachos, and I can't pass those up. So.
Oh no, no, you definitely can't.
Damn,
they're freaking good. They're so good. So
see, like I try to peel off if I can 2 in the day, but if not, like 1 each morning on Saturday and Sunday.
Well, it's Oscars weekend. I know. I gotta get back for the Oscars.
I know. That's why I'm going super early. And it was between this one or Let Me In, Let Her In. What is it?
Reminders of him.
Reminders of him.
That one.
It's all reminders of him.
But that one was a little bit longer, and I need to get back in time, so I chose the shorter one, and whatever. That's a one and done for me. But but I did appreciate the sound design. I'll say, Luke, it reminded me. Sadly, it reminded me of Wolfman last year. Did you guys see Wolfman? The atmosphere of Wolfman. No, right, wait, hang on. I'm with you, Mike. The atmosphere in Wolfman was amazing. But the movie sucked. Like, I did not like that movie. But I was like, nice sound design. I kind of have the same thing with this. Like, great sound design. Wish I liked it more.
I think that's the one thing that film really makes it stand out is, of course, the sound design, because that's pretty much the film's like whole gimmick. Like, it's not just traditional jump scares or just, fake jump scares. Like, you're just hearing, like, what the main girl is hearing through her headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever she's doing like the podcast recording, or just, whenever like she's just walking around the house, like you start to hear something. It's like, what could that be?
Yeah.
Like that's one of those cases. It's like, sometimes what you hear can be scarier than what you see. Like,
well, and I think that's why there was so much tension in that, because you were just kind of like all you could do was listen. So you had to just laser focus on sound. There was no visual spectacle. I know Mike loves pew pew explosions, but there's nothing.
I know you guys are giving me flashbacks to freaking Skinamarink. Like the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was so bad. I mean, the climactic scene was a toilet disappearing. I couldn't deal with that movie. That movie was something else, I tell you. After that, I've been cautious of budget horror movies.
Then you're definitely not gonna like Undertone.
I didn't love Iron Lung. Like Iron Lung, I'm like, they try to make something out of nothing, but still, I didn't care for the story.
So Dave says that he decides if it's got a cool trailer. Like if he checks out the trailer and it looks intriguing, that's what puts it on the radar for him.
I'll give you an example of one where it's like, I have to see this in a theater no matter what, is Obsession. I talked about it ad nauseum at this point, but like that last trailer, that gave me chills. Like, I was like, I have to see this in a theater. Like, especially for the crowd. Like, I want to see like the crowd reactions to this in the theater.
To which one again?
It's called Obsession.
Sorry, guys. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
I've never heard of Obsession, but my local theater doesn't always get all the movies too, so it's like
it should be going wide though, because I mean it's been premiering at quite a few festivals. Like it premiered at TIFF, Fantastic Fest last year, and it also premiered. It's premiering at South by Southwest, and it's going to be premiering at Overlook next month. So I think it has a really good chance of getting a big wide release.
Yeah, there's some good movies coming up though. So there's a lot of stuff in April and May. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if the trailers really ever sold me though, because sometimes you get a good trailer to a bad movie, and then
right.
So sorry guys, we're trying to get Eddie in here, but yeah, his Instagram suddenly locked him out. So there we go.
Wasn't as Insta as he thought.
There we go. All right. Sorry, so I just sent it to his phone. So we'll see. Wait, what I missed? What'd you say?
Oh, Mike, you got me. Why?
What I missed? I can't even say it again. I was like, was it as Insta as he thought?
Nice. All right. Well, let's get into the theatrical experience. So we go there because we want to support cinema. Has going to the movies felt like, I feel like to me, here's what I've been feeling lately, is there's so much, just it feels disposable. I feel like last year in the first 4 months, I feel like I had one movie a month that stood out that I wanted to buy. Starting with Companion, I loved that. Added that. And then along came Heart Eyes, one of my favorite horror movies now, added that. And then Sinners and Minecraft. And that was it in the first 4 months that I knew I was going to add to my collection. and it feels like that's almost how the whole year goes. And there'll be so one movie maybe per month that I'll add, and then the rest is just sort of, you know what I mean? I feel like the sort of like 80s, 90s, even some of the 2000s that just had all these amazing, you know, action adventure. We don't get any action adventures. I'm looking at next week, and not only do we get Ready or Not 2, and of course Hail Mary, but there's like 3 or more horror movies. Everything is horror because it's cheap, quick, disposable. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's sort of diluting that genre for me. That's why when like Heart Eyes comes around, or actually Final Destination, that was Final Destination Bloodlines, that came in. I love that, right? Because they're just sort of in that formula that I love. But everything else, it's like trying to be different, trying to be too cool for school. Maybe that's, you know, like this one here with Undertone. It's just done for me. It's like I saw it. It had its moments near the end. It took a while getting there, and then it had that, like you said, the ending, and you're just like, what just happened? You know. So,
but I meant that in a good way, by the way. Like I meant that in a good way.
Okay.
But like, here's my. Not trying to like really argue towards that, but like,
yeah,
I kind of feel like with what horror has become recently, it's really have been ruling like the 2020s, because it's like people like want like original creative horror concepts. Like, of course we get, like the classic horror IPs, like, you know, Final Destination and stuff like that. But you get stuff like Sinners, Weapons, or like I said, upcoming with Obsession, which I think honestly might be a hit, because like the marketing campaign has been insane for that film. So it's like good marketing could even equal to good box office success for a horror film. So or take another prime example, like Longlegs. Like Longlegs, that marketing, that got people into movie theaters. So
was like, unfortunately.
yeah. You know,
I'm just trying to bring up an example to kind of show you like why horror is actually making the 2020s really stand out. Like,
well, horror is the most consistent out of all the genres. I mean, you go back to the 30s, you've had great horror classics. So for genres, you know, everything kind of has its phases. I think horror has lasted the longest. But you have a few decades where Westerns stand out or musicals stand out. We did have this big whole superhero decade. You know, we used to have comedies in the 90s and 80s. And
lots of them.
Yeah,
I would love a more balanced genre combination out there, of course, but you got to think about what's going to cost, what's going to be, you know, comedies can be very controversial these days, so they're a gamble, they're very risky. Horror seems to be the least risky just because it's so darn cheap. You know, you're going to get the horror fans out there, even if it's not that great of a horror movie, somebody will still go see it. But I don't think that's good for movies overall. You need to get families out to the movies,
of course.
Well. But I blame the studios. This is all the studios' fault because they don't follow the traditional theatrical release system. And this started when Warner Brothers was like, okay, it's pandemic time. Let's do day-and-day release of all of our movies. Everybody's excited for Mortal Kombat day-and-day streaming. And they just crashed the whole system. Like, you don't do that. That was a terrible, terrible move. You got to have 60 to 90 days theatrical release. Then you can go, you know, rent for like 9 more months. Then go to physical media for another year or 2. And then after a few years, then put it on your streaming service. That's fine. But I talk to people all the time that say, hey, it's going to be on streaming in a couple weeks. I'm just going to wait for it to come on streaming. So why are they going to go out to the theaters? It's too quick. So that's where I think they went wrong with it.
Yeah, the turnaround is fast. You know, I mean, obviously they were just trying, so everyone was spitballing at the pandemic time. You know, no one knew what was going to be good or bad. The Matrix 4 came out day and date as well, stuff like that.
I was the only one in the IMAX theater.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So that part is over, but yes, I do think there's very quick turnarounds. So for the people that don't find going to the theater special, they just wait. But people like us, we want to get into that darkened theater and have a communal experience. Speaking of, let's talk about the crowds. I still say almost every time I go, there's somebody that's got to have their phone on. I swear, I'm like a dog that sees a squirrel. I just go, and I will just keep staring at the phone until he turns it off. Or I will like try to like move in my chair like this until I block the light. I'm like, okay, now I get to sit in this position until I realize his phone light is off, you know, or I'll even change seats to go to a seat in front of me so I don't see it, you know. But other than the phones, I don't find too many distractions other than phones. I feel crowds are pretty quiet, and in fact, if anything, I feel like they're almost non-responsive. Like if I'll see something, I'll be like, "Oh," you know, and I cover my mouth. Or if it's funny, I'm like, like laughing really loud. You know, Mike, we were talking about laughing loud, and people just looking at you. I'm like you're weird, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Did you not want to come to a comedy and laugh? Turn your head away. Get away from me.
Yeah, you know, I thought Huck. I think I told you like one of these stories about that.
Yeah, that was before. You. Yeah.
That was me. Like I never told Mike this story about what happened to me one time, like during a freaking like comedy. It's even a rom-com, for crying out loud. Like when I saw Anyone But You in the theater, it was a few weeks late, but like, I went and saw it. There was a couple of moments where I was just howling with laughter because like it was that funny.
It's funny.
So someone behind me was like, "Hey, can you not do that? We're trying to watch the movie." And I'm like, "Really?"
That's hilarious. I've never got that in my life.
Do that.
Like it's a comp. Like if somebody did that for like to me, like when I was watching The Naked Gun, I would have left.
Yeah,
I would have left because I'm like, you miss the whole point of a comedy. You're supposed to laugh out loud.
I wouldn't leave. I'd laugh louder and in his direction. You know, just to get that guy out of there. You know, like why are they there? Like they should be going to laugh as well, or get scared, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like if they're not going to be like moved, or you know, like dude, we went and saw. I don't know if both of you saw Hamnet, but man, I was bawling. That movie was.
Oh man.
I was the one falling asleep. I apologize.
I didn't see it in the theater, but I watched it when it came to VOD. But yeah, man, it's
dude, that ending I thought was just a gut buster. I was like, oh, because I watched it with my
deep,
wife.
Dude.
My wife's a big Shakespeare fan, so I'm like, oh, you're coming with me, and you know, man, it just hit all the mark. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be like Mike, he was falling asleep. I kind of thought that's what was going to happen when I saw it, but I didn't. I was absolutely sucked into it. But you know,
like I'll tell you this though. Here's another like good example of like why you like some people like will laugh around you like during like a sad moment, and I'm like, where's your heart, people? It happened to me during Creed 3. I'm not joking you. Like a really emotional moment. Like I was getting tears in my eyes. I hear like in my row, a few guys next to me were like chuckling or something like that. Or like were they like whispering to themselves? I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, dude, I was not happy.
Yeah. I mean, it is a dice roll, you know, that will get good crowds, but you know.
Yeah.
Now, what about so let's get into concessions. I bring up concessions because I got some bad news rolled my way, which I'm not happy with. So I have, you know, I don't know if you guys have a routine, like you get a certain snack, certain drink, plop down, and just this is your time. This is your time to zone in and have fun. So I always get a large Pepsi Icy because I love Pepsi Ices, and also because you get the card as larges are half price. So when you get the half price, it's literally cheaper than a small. So I always go large. Well, because I go there so often, they looked at me and they did one of these. I probably shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. So they said they're going to be doing away with the Pepsi Ices soon. I was like, dude, that's my comfort. It's like the comfort thing. That's my comfort drink. Because if I'm not hungry, at the minimum, I will at least get a drink. If I don't get popcorn, I at least get that drink. So now without it, I'm just stuck having a regular soda. Like there goes that special moment that I take with me into the theater. So I don't know. What about you? Do you have like a comfort concessions, or do you just it's not that connected for you?
You can go first, Mike.
Yeah, the barbecue, barbacoa nachos at the luxury theater. That's the best thing about that theater.
That sounds good.
It's so good. But I do think theaters should have more unique concessions. They don't have enough stuff offered there. It's like it's been the same thing forever. It's like popcorn and your sodas and your candies. Like let's get some variety.
Yeah.
Usually those are so bad. Like the hot dogs are usually gross as heck. You wouldn't even feed it to your dog. Some decent quality, like get some cool stuff in there. So it's like an epic like night out experience. You can take your
Right.
lady with you and like have a really cool like movie watching experience. But my theaters are so run down. Sometimes they've been out of popcorn. Sometimes they've been out of my favorite
popcorn.
Yeah, like they said it was so bad they had to go borrow popcorn from another theater and like transport it. It was so weird.
How?
And then they were out of Pepsi Zero, is what I get, and they were out of it for like 3 months or something. I'm like,
oh man,
get this
why?
And it was just like, why? So the theaters are doing a terrible job, especially like these big theaters you think should be wanting to keep themselves around. And it's like, I give you guys these suggestions. I let you know, like, let's fix all this stuff. And it's like they do the very bare minimum. It's like you're not going to grow your community, your audience that way if like they come to the theater and they have a terrible experience every time. They don't get a cool snack or something. Like, come on now.
Now, I would love to know from each of you, what would be a nice concessions snack they could introduce that's something different, something new? I have something I'd like. What if they had tater tots? Huh?
Give me some of your tots.
Yes.
I was just thinking about like having a Napoleon Dynamite.
I had to do the joke. I had to do the joke, man.
Totally.
Give me some of your tots. No, go get your own.
Yeah, I love tots, man. But that'd be something different.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a health nut, so I always want them to have like healthier options, like sugar-free candy and things like that. And they just don't have any of that stuff. So I'm like, well, I never buy candy from you guys, so like just give me something. Give us a variety of stuff,
Yeah.
Instead of the same old, conveyor belt.
I mean,
hot dog.
While my theater doesn't like, they do popcorn and of course candy. They also do ices, but they only have like 2 flavors worth of icy. Like
theater even open.
But yeah, like 2 flavors of icy. They do have nachos, they do have pretzels, but what's up, Del? But one thing I would like my theater to do is actually do like one of those like kind of like Mike was saying, like with the pizzas. Like I would like my theater to at least do that. Like that would help them. But
yeah, I at least got pizzas. So and they're okay. They taste like a frozen pizza. They they're not like they're out there tossing the pizza.
Well, of course, yeah.
But that's what they should do. They should get like a good chef, come up with a theater menu.
Yeah,
but people would do that because you're gonna go out to a movie. You're probably gonna go out to dinner. Why not combine them both? And then the theater can get that money. Like if you had a bomb, New York style pizza, like really good and unique to the theater, people would go there, have a little eating area before the movie, or have them bring the food to you in the theater. Some theaters have done that, and that would be a really cool experience. That'd be super cool, like how Alamo Drafthouse.
I was gonna say it's a little bit like Alamo Drafthouse. Yeah.
But you got to do that. You got to provide those luxury event experiences. If it's just like super generic, your food sucks, your seats suck, that you don't even have good light bulbs in the projector, the screen's all scratched up, no premium screens. It's like, what do you expect? Why are people going to go out there?
Yeah, I mean,
I like this comment. I like this comment.
Yep.
Yeah, it's old wifey 100%. Kicking in there. Yeah, she wants to catch a restaurant. She knows what's up. She'll go to the movies more with me if they had that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, because then that makes it more of a night out, right? Because then it's like you said, Mike, you got maybe the restaurant area over here. We used to have an ArcLight that had that. They had like a whole cafe right in front of the box office, so you could like get your iced coffees or some snacks, and you can eat before you even go in. You don't even get that.
Yeah, I do.
It's the bummer, dude.
I do have
a
cool
flavors
sort of near me. That's also like it's a whole entertainment center. So they have a bowling alley attached with the theater. So you could go.
Now that is cool. That is cool.
And they have like $5 Thursdays for like super cheap movie tickets and also cheap bowling as well. So
that'd be cool.
You have to
Honestly.
do that. And I thought they were going to. Like, I was reporting on articles where they said they were going to try to do these more entertainment systems, like get arcades in there and things like that. I don't know when
Yeah.
or if that ever is still going to happen, but why not do that? That would
It
be
Well, I
can
don't
happen.
think
It's
those-
always a
you know what?
possibility.
Honestly, I don't think those, because actually the two theaters I go to have a little arcade section, like just, you know, a nice little section. Nobody's ever playing those. They're never playing them. So it's weird because, like, you know, you bring the families and maybe they'll play for 5 minutes, but if you got to get into a movie, the kids, like the mom will be like, let's go, you know, and they got to just get off the game. And then when it's over, they're just kind of ready to leave. So I don't, you know, in fact, a lot of times when I'm filming my reaction, when I get out, I'm right next to the arcade part because no one's there. I'm like, this is great. I can just stand near the arcade.
Yeah, but those arcade machines, they suck and they're super expensive. But if they give you like a unlimited card, you could be like, okay, teenager kid, you got this unlimited card. You can have fun in this nice, like a nice arcade for a couple hours. We're gonna go see Hamnet or whatever. They don't want to go see Hamnet, right? And then everybody's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
or like bowling there or a restaurant, like just more stuff to make it a full-on family entertainment experience. I think you would get more people out there. I mean,
but then you start to cross into that Dave and Buster's zone where,
because the Busters are always popping though.
Well, I know,
That
but
is
it's
true.
But the thing is that it's such a massive playland that makes it pop. Whereas if you're trying to wedge a theater in there, like it would just, you'd almost have to put the theater at a Dave and Buster's rather than bring something like that to a theater. Because I think, because I know my manager and I'm always talking to him there, and he's like, man, it's also like movies have just not been filling the seats. He's like, we're waiting, we're dying for stuff like Zootopia to come in, or any kids movie. When Hoppers came, that sort of lit the theater up for the weekend. But regular stuff like this, Undertone and The Bride and all that, that's not filling the theater for them. So unless it's like a mega blockbuster or a very family friendly film, it's just not. People are waiting for streaming, which is kind of sad. But I mean, that's what he tells me. So.
I don't know. It depends. Just depends.
Well, this is even worse. Like if you're talking, you know, it's all generational. Younger generations, if they see a few minutes of a movie clip on TikTok, they think they've seen the movie. I'm not joking. They think they have watched the movie.
Yeah.
So this is a problem. So because younger generations aren't getting out to the theaters, and it has to be a generational thing, and it's just us old people now.
I'm still in a young generation, but I will say this though. Like just because you've seen a clip from the movie does not mean you've seen the whole thing. Like go out to the theater or when it comes to VOD, watch the whole thing.
So when you guys see films, we'll just take sort of maybe the first part of the year so far. What makes you think in your mind, I'm adding that to the collection? Is it just as long as it's good enough, or does it really have to like stand out for you? Like, so Luke, so you liked Undertone. Would you add that to your collection? Did you like it enough to add to your collection?
Absolutely.
Love
like
that.
Love absolutely. That. Like
great.
And I want to watch it again because I mean, you know me, Huck. I'm a horror nut.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Like, and plus the guy who directed Undertone is gonna make the next Paranormal Activity. And after watching it, I'm like, now I want to see what he's gonna do with the next one because I was done with that franchise. But now that I know this director is making a new one, I'm in.
Yeah. So yeah, you find your click there. This is great. Dell's exactly what Becky just said, which is, you know, they get a bowling alley, an arcade, a bar and grill. It's got everything we all just mentioned, but they do have to
that's all we need.
You just have to elevate those prices though for it to profit for them. You know, which is also why concessions prices for a bucket of popcorn, which weighs like an ounce, is like $15. It's, you know, but we got to pay that if we want to keep them in. So that's another thing too, is I'm so bummed because the icy is my way of paying money to them to keep them like, you know, going. And now they're taking the one thing away. I mean, I do like Pepsi Zero also, Mike, like you. So I think that'll be my backup, but it's not going to have the same joy, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mike, what about you? When you see something, how do you know it's something you'll add to your collection, or if you just kind of it's one and done? Do you have to sit on it for a while, or do you know when you walk out, like, I'm getting that?
Yeah, so you know me, I get everything on a discount. So if I rank it like over 4 stars, sorry as I get messages here.
Very
As I
good.
rank it over 4 stars, I will eventually get it when it gets discounted. I'm sorry, guys.
That's right. You just
It's all
reminded
good.
me.
If it's over 4 stars, 5 stars especially, I will get it eventually. But I still wait for the discounts because I
Yeah,
just
me
saw
too.
it in theaters as like a preview thing. I can get it a year or 2 later and be fine with it because I just watched the thing. So I'll get it
Yeah.
when it's cheap and like a 3 for 33 Amazon deal. That's fine. If it's a 3-star movie, I have to think about it a little bit more. It has to be like super cheap, like $5, and then I
Yeah.
might get it. But if it's under 3 stars, I'm not getting it. You know, no matter how cheap that Bride movie gets, it could say 4K of The Bride, $5, or 4K of
Yeah.
Hamlet, still book, $2. I ain't buying it. I've learned my lesson.
Something tells me you would buy a $2 steelbook of Hamnet.
No, I can't do it. I can't. I learned my lesson.
Oh, see, now Dave's diving in. He hadn't even seen Project Hail Mary. He's all in.
He's
like,
confident, dude.
"Steelbook, top
Like-
price, don't break the bank. Let's go.
Like there are times where I'm confident I know I'm gonna love a movie, but just always keep your expectations realistic when you walk in. Like that's my number one
That's it.
advice.
That's great advice.
Like
Yeah, because you don't know. You can be like for me, I was a big Superman fan, so I went into that new Superman very cautiously.
there you
So me
go.
and Mike-
Good example.
Mike's not a fan, but it didn't let me down, but it totally let Mike down. So yeah, you gotta like be ready.
Hey,
to,
I gave it a 3-star, Huck. That means I liked it. I
Yeah.
bought the 4K when it was what, like $10 on Groove or something.
yeah. Groove is
Yeah.
another good place.
There
Yeah.
you go.
But like
Yeah.
I was happy with that.
like here's a good example, like right here. I went into 28 years later, the first one, very excited. Like I was really excited. But then I walked out, I was like, huh? Like I was so underwhelmed. But then it's like, what's another good one? Like F1, I was really excited, but I had to keep my expectations realistic.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I know this is gonna be good, but keep it realistic. And then I walked out, I was like, this is great. This is good.
I love that movie. F1 is so
It's
good.
great.
And
Like,
I
I'll
s-
do the same thing. I'll go get like a box of goobers from the Dollar Tree and just shove it in the back pocket. But I'll still buy the drink though. I still buy a drink.
I just want to say this really quick
go
quick
ahead.
before we go on.
Yeah.
I know people have had things to say about this being nominated for Best Picture. I'm sorry, it deserves it.
I want it to win Best Picture. Like
Oh.
that's the
It
movie. If
won't,
it
but I'm
won
glad. But I'm
Best
glad it got
Picture,
it. I'm glad it got recognition, but I know it won't.
I would love if it won. Like that would be my movie of choice to win.
You
It's
know,
a good pick, though. I'm glad it was at least recognized.
Yeah, it's a terrific movie that, weirdly I think is gonna, even the things it's nominated for, like as an editor, I kept thinking, oh, it's gonna get editing. And the more I keep looking at what is happening with the Oscar noms, I feel like everything is either gonna be Sinners or One Battle After Another. And that's what's gonna win everything. Because,
Which is fine.
Like, dude,
I'm content with those as well.
yeah. But it's like, but for editing, it should be F1 for editing. Other things are like
And sound design.
cinematography.
Sound
But-
design, I would go
S-
up.
sound
it's-
sound is
sound
is easily going to go to F1. Like,
But the tricky thing is because sound design also incorporates music, Sinners was really great in that department, and that's part of your sound design. So where are they going to lean? The technical stuff with the cars or the vocal stuff with Sinners? It's like I don't know what people are feeling all the way until tomorrow night.
tune in tomorrow.
You know what? Speaking of Best Picture nominees, though, did those come out to your guys' theaters? Because I don't ever think my local theater got like Sentimental Value and those kinds of titles. So I didn't even see those movies.
Let me look at the list quick because
Yeah,
that way
while
that
he's looking-
I remember.
I'll say those, Mike. Those I didn't really get, but a lot of them came back. Like One Battle After Another came back, Sinners came back. There's a lot of putting them back into the theater movies, but not.
I did. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay. I just realized that my theater only played 3 out of the 10.
Oh my
That's
god!
so bad.
Wow.
They
That's
only
another-
played 3 out of the 10. Like my
That
local
is
theater
wild.
played them, but of course, like the theater that's like an hour away that I got to go see Undertone in, like they of course got all the movies for like Oscar movie week and shit like that. But like, as far as like just in general, Sinners, one battle after another, and F1. That's it.
Wow.
And that's
Well, I'm glad you got F1 because that's an Apple movie. I'm glad we even got that in the theater.
Yeah.
that's such a disconnect of the Oscars to like regular movie going people. It's
Yeah.
like I'm fine with getting a couple art house artsy fartsy movies in there. That's fine. But the majority of your movies, like 75% of them, should be movies people have actually heard about and have seen that are movie people. But you're not getting like Weapons nominated for Best Picture, right? Like you should be getting some of those mainstream titles nominated for Best Picture that were great movies, but instead, some of these other movies just get the nominee.
You know how the Oscars are, dude. Like,
But
you know how the Oscars are.
Be that way. Back in the 90s, you would have the popular stuff like Titanic
Oh, of course.
and Braveheart.
Yeah.
Like those were great movies that
Forrest
got
Gump.
nominated and people saw. Now it's kind of switched.
Yeah.
That just depends on what movie it is, though. Like,
Yeah.
like Sinners. Like, pretty much everyone here, like, pretty much everyone has seen Sinners. Like, that's kind of my point. But
And it's building momentum too, because at the SAG Awards, aka now Actor Awards, for that cast to win, and Michael B. Jordan to win, kind of like changes the playing field here regarding Timothy Chalamet is going to be a slam dunk kind of thing. I don't think
Timothy is going to win.
Yeah, I think Sinners has a lot of like when that crowd. I don't know if you guys watched the Actor Awards, but when they went nuts when Sinners won, and that's the actors nominating their peers and selecting their peers, and the actors picked Michael B. Jordan. Now, when it comes to the Oscars, I don't know if you guys knows how it works, but the actors pick the best actors, the editors pick the best editors, cinematographers pick the cinematographers. Once that's all locked in, the entire Academy then votes for everything. So now
actors are the biggest voting body, correct? Because they have the most.
I mean, there's like 100,000+ actors. Yeah, that I don't think you have numbers like that for cinematographers. But yeah, so to me that bodes well for Sinners if they're the ones that pick them. But well, I mean, we'll see. Basement Blues is here. What's up, Mr. Tony?
Tony,
yeah. I thought Sinners was a slow burn. But what's funny though is I rewatched it with my wife because she hadn't seen Sinners, and she wanted to see it before the Oscars. She's like, "Let's watch it tonight," and I watched that and One Battle After Another twice. So I got to go to a screening for One Battle for the second viewing, and I watched Sinners at home, and they both still held up great for the second viewing, both of them. And Sinners even more so. I thought Sinners was a slow burn when I first saw it, and I thought it took a long time getting to the juke, right? But actually, when I rewatched it, it didn't feel like it took that long to get to it because now I knew what was coming, and it felt faster on the second viewing. Have you either of you tried to watch Sinners a second time?
Yeah, so I have the 4K. I've seen it again, but I'm not a massive Sinners fan. It's like Superman for me. I like it. I gave it 3 stars. I can rewatch it occasionally, but I just didn't think it was as revolutionary as everybody thought. Because I'm like, this is from dusk to dawn.
It is.
Yeah,
with a higher budget.
It was told better. You like the production value now and the costumes and all the Oscar-y stuff to it.
Sure.
But the story didn't blow me away.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
It's not new.
Yeah.
It's
just how you tell
it's not a new story, but just
Yeah.
kind of done in a new facet is the way I like to look at it.
Yeah.
So I liked it overall, but I'm
good.
pulling for F1 or I'll take One Battle After Another.
Yeah. I've rewatched Sinners like I think 5 times now. Like,
oh wow.
I'm planning to watch it again before tomorrow, or maybe watch it like right before the Oscars. Because
I'm gonna watch it. Hamnet wins.
Yeah,
honest.
says, one of the wait, hold on. It's this one. One of them days. Is
that movie was
Oh, One of Them Days
funny.
is good.
That's the.
I don't
Keke
love
Palmer,
it, but it's good.
right? That's
Oh,
the Keke
yeah.
Palmer movie.
Yep,
It
Keke
was
Palmer.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was funny. Yep, really cool. Sorry, what were you guys saying there?
So I was
That's
gonna
not
say
Leo.
like my my top three, like for last year, were actually all three of the best picture, for three of the best picture nominees. Was One Battle After Another, which moved down to number 3 for reasons that I'm going to get into. Number 2 is Sinners. Number 1, I know Mike and Huck are going to disagree with me. Sorry to say, Marty Supreme.
Yeah, I totally.
Well, I like Marty Supreme. I gave it a 3-star. I like it well enough. You know.
I just think that with the character of Marty, I know he's super unlikable, but like, there's so many layers that he has to his character. Like with each new plot line that is being like introduced into the film, feels like another layer being peeled back for his character. And by the end of it, it feels like a satisfying ending to me.
He won that round of ping pong. You know, he was dreaming
right,
big.
and then he sees that his kid has been born. It's like,
there you go.
It's like maybe he found a redemption arc.
There you go.
But see, and to that point as well, I also think about Michael B. Jordan, who not only played 1, but 2, but 3 characters, because he plays his own twin, and then when the twin is turned, he's got to play that twin differently now. So he's got 3 different directions he's got to focus on in that movie, and that can't be easy, because also when you're not just performing yourself, but you also have to be conscious where you're standing and what your other self did and where your other self was standing and what the eye line is. So to me, there's a lot of not only technical things involved, but he's got to remain grounded and present as an actor. So for me, that's why I'm sort of holding, Michael B. Jordan to the top of the list, because
I get it.
Huck, you know what? Some of our favorite movies last year didn't get nominated for diddly nothing, right?
I know.
Is this thing on? Did that even get nominated for anything?
Not even talked about.
Where was Will Arnett and Laura Dern?
Dude, when I left that movie, I said, I don't care who else gets nominated. To me, best acting should come from someone you don't expect to be that good. And when it comes from Will Arnett as a comedian, there's a reason why people started loving Robin Williams, because Robin could show depth and character and drama, but also be ridiculous and goofy and funny. And then here comes Will Arnett, and he does something like that. I'm like, how do you not recognize a performance like that? So yeah, and of course Brendan Fraser equally.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser and Rental Family,
showing that he still has the chops. Then it wasn't a fluke in The Whale, Yeah.
And no one saw those movies in theaters. Like, did they just not market them, or what? Like,
that's probably why. They probably just weren't marketed, honestly.
And what's funny too is, Mike, I don't know about yours, but I always look to see what reactions do the best. And that one, Rental Family, is like almost 2,500 saw that. You know what I mean? So the audience that loves that, even though it's smaller, was more interested in seeing, my opinion, whereas something that was bigger that hardly got whatever, Zootopia 2 got 1.7 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny. Like, depends on that niche audience can really show up for something. And yet they didn't go to the theater, though. They watched my video, but they didn't go to the theater.
But they felt they saw the movie, huh?
Yeah, like, oh, Huck loved it. I'll wait till the video comes out.
They're like, I saw the movie. It's good.
Yeah.
Again, like, even if you watch, that's another thing. If you watch someone's review, also go watch the movie too. Interpret it for yourself.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I got so much crud for Scream 7.
Yeah. Oh God.
Like, you're crazy. You like Scream 7. And then I asked if they seen the movie, and they're like, well, no, but everybody else is saying how terrible it is. And I'm like, you gotta go see it though to have your opinion.
Here's my thing. I went and saw it, and I'm gonna be honest, I did not like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting a lot of. I liked it though, overall.
I'm really glad you do. I just from the first 2/3, I was like, this is good. I'm enjoying it, but then the Ghostface reveal, that's a different story.
Yeah. I think everybody's the same on that. So for me, I like 90% of the movie, and I kind of judge a movie holistically. So even if the ending's really bad, if the journey was pretty solid up to that point, I will still say it was, at least worth my time.
So fair enough. That's kind of how I laid out my review as well, which is I had a great time. The kills were good. The legacy characters coming back. I built it up. I go, this is the good. Let me start with the positive. I go, now, however, here's the negative. And all I really leaned on was the ending is not satisfying. The reveal is terrible. I go, however, I would still say this was a good time, especially if you're a Scream fan, right? And then, like you, Mike, like reactions like, well, you didn't like, Huck didn't like it, so I'm not going to go see it. I'm like, I didn't say that. I didn't. Did you watch the review? I gave you a pro and a con, so you could take the pro and con personally. But I said at the end, I would recommend you go see it. Oh, Huck said, don't go see it. Yeah.
They just have to hear one thing, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go see that. See you later.
Yeah. Oh, he's trashing it. All right, so
I'm not. If you watch the video.
Yeah. Now, what about the trailers? How do you guys feel about the lead into our movies with at least half an hour of trailers?
Oh,
Do you love that? The more the merrier. Bring them on, or is it just too much?
you need to do like no more than 10 minutes of trailers. Like I'm fine with some trailers to get you in the movie mood, especially if they relate to the movie. Like the Scary Movie 6 trailer before Scream 7, that was perfect. That got you ready for Scream 7, and that was like super awesome, and that got a big audience reaction. But if you start going over 10 minutes, you go over 15 minutes, people are like, what the heck? I just paid for this and I paid to watch commercials, especially when there's commercials within the trailers. Like I'll see credit card ads halfway through the trailers, then even before the movie starts, then you go on like a roller coaster ride and popcorn's popping, and then you see the freaking Casablanca quote 100 times. I'm the Dark Tale, please.
Yeah, we see the same thing.
Too much. I'm like, I'm already at the theater. You already got me here.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Let's start watching this.
It's so much. It's so much. Like, to me, it's funny because I know now it's at least 30 minutes. I will leave late if I know, or if I'm running late, I'm like, you know, or if my wife's like, oh, your movie's about to start. I'm like, I got time. I got time. And then I never.
Time. The theater start time is when I start to get ready to leave now.
Pretty much.
That's how I go.
I get it.
It's so true because you get the trailer starting, and then there's a commercial in the middle, and then you get more trailers. The only thing I will say that I thought was a really well thought out tie-in for Scream 7 is the last trailer in my trailer batch was Scary Movie 6. And it came out just before it, like it was the last one. And then it even referenced Scream 7 in the, I'm like, nicely done. And I was laughing, like, you know, Luke, I'm like, like super loud. People like, look.
Yeah.
Because
I'm jealous. I'm jealous for both of you. You guys got the Scary Movie 6 trailer. I didn't
get it.
Because my theater, my local theater that I go to every week, most of the time, I couldn't go to mine this weekend because we have a blizzard coming, for one. And secondly, my theater didn't play Undertone. So I had to go to a farther theater. But most of the time, I'll usually get like 3 trailers. Like,
well, that's
like
better.
Like after like the instructions, like, please like turn off your phones, like recording movies, blah 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 blah, like stuff like that. I'll get 3 trailers and then the movie starts.
Man, that's delightful. Now, this is a good comment from my wife. She says, now you got the trailers, but don't show too much. I gotta say, there are so many trailers now that, you know, especially like, here's the funny thing. So the horror movies, right? I am so excited for Ready or Not 2. I'm so excited for that. But man, and they're very careful, like how they edit that trailer, but they're showing people explode and get shot, but they're cutting it just so you don't quite see who it was that exploded. But other movies aren't so well edited. You will see, you know, the cannon fodder that's going to get killed in a horror movie. You go, you know, bam, they get shot in the trailer. I'm like, well, that person dies. You know what I mean? Like especially in a horror trailer, you can't show who dies because that's literally telling, you know. Mike, I remember telling you this when I saw Speak No Evil. I know you like it. But my thing was, if I would not have seen that trailer, I would have loved that movie. Still like it. But because the trailer, it shows them turning bad. It shows the beat where, you know, they can't leave because their car's got a flat tire. It's like it shows the beat where this is like it showed every single beat coming in that movie. So for me, when I'm watching it and they're driving away, mentally, instantly I go, they're coming back. Because in the trailer, they had to come back. Oh, here's where he turns. Because in the trailer, that's where he gave the look. And that's where he turned. And that's, you know, that's what Becky's talking about. That's what I hate is stop showing so much, and that really took some of the enjoyment out of that movie for me. I wish I hadn't seen the trailer, and that's what I told
Yeah.
people in my review. My
I get
review
it, though.
was, don't watch this trailer, but go see this movie. That was my recommendation.
Yeah, the most offensive one to me was Batman vs Superman, and you see Doomsday. You're like, come on, that should have been a big reveal for the movie itself.
Can I piggyback
That
off you,
was
Mike?
So bad.
Yeah.
Can I piggyback for a second?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for
What
it.
about Wonder Woman being revealed in the trailer?
Oh,
You
yeah,
should have saved
was
that for the movie.
a bad move as well.
Totally right.
Yeah. But like, this is why, like, again, I'm
And
going to bring
the
this
Red
up
Hulk.
again. Go ahead.
And the Red Hulk and
And they only show, like, they market the shit out of
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Hulk. He's
yeah.
only in it for 15 minutes.
yeah. And you know,
Oh
it's
my
coming,
God,
and
dude.
all you can do is just wait because you know it's coming. It's like, I know.
Like,
Harrison
oh
Ford
my
turns
God,
into Red
okay.
Hulk. I saw.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Go ahead.
I digress. But like, I had to do that for a second because
that's fine.
it pisses me off every time. But that's kind of why I love the new trailer for Obsession, because it didn't show too much. Like, it's about 2 minutes 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It didn't show a lot. Like, it kind of just showed you like what the premise is and something that you can somewhat expect for where the film is going to go. They don't show anyone die. Like, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. They don't show anyone dying.
Yeah, there's been some decent trailers. Like the first Odyssey trailer, I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, that was
But
good.
the first Odyssey
Yeah.
trailer, I don't know crap about it, but it gave you the flavor of the movie, just kind of the vibe, the atmosphere, but it doesn't tell the whole story. That's exactly
Yep.
It's a little taste from the trailer to see, okay, now I'm interested in seeing this movie. But don't give me a summary in like 3 minutes of the whole movie.
Speak no
Yeah.
evil. What?
It's funny. I can't even tell you the name of the movie, but there's a trailer in front of this that showed floors. Did you see this, Mike? Like it's going
Oh,
down.
back rooms. Back rooms.
Like I'm like, what? Like it just shows a bunch of rooms and it goes back rooms. I'm like, what was that? Like I get teasing, but that did nothing for me to want to see that movie. Like maybe it sounds like you might know what it's about, Luke, but like if
Well,
I'm going
I know this though. It's based on a short film that a YouTuber made. So
yeah, I got nothing from that. I just like, oh, okay.
no, I get it. I get it
Bunch of
though.
rooms,
It's like
did nothing. Yeah. Now this is a great comment. Movie Hunter said so. Put trailers back on physical media because he's can't. How many times did he put in a disc and he found movies just from those? And dude, I agree. I remember
right with
watching
you.
a movie and I just felt like watching the trailers. And I'm telling you, this is a comedy gem. If you guys haven't seen Friends with Benefits with Mila Kunis and Jay, what's his name?
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, JT. Oh my God. I laughed. Like the trailer had me giggling and I found the movie literally. I remember seeing it at my thrift store. So I went back the next day. It was still there, $4, brought the movie home. I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was an absolute gem to find that. And I never would have grabbed that if I hadn't seen the trailer. So yeah, man, more trailers back on physical media. That'd be great. Anybody else like see a trailer on a physical media that you bought and then you're like, oh my God, that looks great. And then you went out and got it because of that trailer?
Yeah, I've had that happen plenty of times with VHSs. Like when I actually used to be quite a bit of a VHS collector too. But like, I'm trying to think of one in particular because sometimes like I would search those up like on YouTube, like to see if there's like any trailers that would like at least entice my attention. One of them was for a little underrated gem called Nick of Time with Johnny Depp, where he arrives at this station, just going on his way home from his business trip with his daughter, and they get picked up by a couple of strangers, one of them being played by Christopher Walken, and basically what happens is he's like Christopher Walken gives Johnny Depp this task and says, "I need you to kill this politician within 90 minutes."
Oh yeah. Okay, I know this movie. Yep.
Yeah, like that's the general premise. Like, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So
yeah. So what I don't necessarily love the trailers playing before the physical media disc, but I do like when they put trailers in the special features, especially if they do it like similar to what was happening in the movie. Like if it's an actor that starred in the movie, then they have trailers of that actor. I forgot what boutique label does that. I don't know if it was Shout Factory or Kino. but they'll put movies like associated, with either the director or the actor. So if you really like that movie, then you can check out, oh, okay, I can see that actor in that movie and that movie, and then I'll click through those trailers and watch those. So I do prefer that.
Yeah. That's cool. Stacy has this. Anybody have you seen the trailer for Tuner? That piano tuner thing with Dustin Hoffman, but the bag, it feels a little bit like Baby Driver. Well, the guy wears these ear things because he hears things too loud, so he has to wear ear things to keep the noise level down. Huh?
You're talking about earmuffs? Or...
Well, more like almost like a hearing aid thing inside of his ear to cut down on the noise.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like it's inside of his ear, like a hearing aid. So yeah, it looks interesting. Again, it feels a little bit like Baby Driver, but yeah, I'm trying to catch all these messages here.
I was just watching All the President's Men, that Dustin Hoffman movie for the first time.
Love Wild Robot.
I'm so glad I didn't buy that on physical media. I'm happy with a one-time watch, but it's not like one I would rewatch a bunch of times. It's like such a slow, like, I don't know if you want to even call it a thriller, but it's so
no, it's more of like a courtroom thing. I get it. Like 70s and 80s had some dramas that really felt, like a drama. But there was still ones that came out in that time, like The Firm. I love The Firm.
The Firm was great.
That thing is solid. I could watch that over and over.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, you got a fan. Nick of Time, you.
Yep.
So is that what it was? Noise cancellation earbuds. Is that what the character's wearing? Okay.
Could be.
But all right. So yeah, I was just wondering what your take on trailers were. Now what about Mike? I know you're a bucket dude. Let's talk about buckets. There's too many popcorn buckets. Are you guys bucket? I know Mike loves to get him some.
No, I'm bucket out. I will not pick up a bucket unless it's like an amazing design for a movie I really love, and maybe if I can get a discount, because sometimes my theater will over order certain merchandise, and then later like buy one for 50% off if you get another one. That's how I got the Lions King one. That is so unpractical, but I just got it super cheap, so I'm like, whatever, I guess. But now, they take up so much space, and I'm like, I can't get too many more of these.
They've done it
for too many.
Yeah, I get that. But I was actually going to reply to Dave's question earlier in the chat. I'm asking if anyone got the Project Hail Mary popcorn bucket.
Yes. Oh, you did.
I got it.
Wow, already got it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they do take up space. They do.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, it's funny because I see all these different types. You got the Predator Badlands had the ship, and Superman had the phone booth, and
like Alien Romulus had the Xenomorph head. Like,
yep.
Yeah. Where is everybody storing these things? I'm like, I'm so limited on shelf space now, and I've had to cut down a lot. I'm just like, I just don't have room.
I've only bought in a few popcorn buckets, honestly. I don't buy that much.
Right under that is my Superman popcorn bucket because I don't have room anywhere. It's like propping up all that stuff.
Well, actually, right over here, because of space, I have my Mission Impossible popcorn bucket too.
Nice.
So.
Oh yeah, and it does play in real time. Yeah, Del. Yeah,
it does.
I miss the 90-minute movies. Bring back 90-minute movies, I say.
What's funny is I needed to watch a movie Friday morning, but I had to get to work a little early, so I literally Googled, give me the top 50 movies under 90 minutes, just to see, how many good ones popped up, and it reminded me to go check out Stand By Me. So I watched Stand By Me again.
Hell yeah.
Damn, That was so good. The chemistry between Will Wheaton and River Phoenix is undeniable. They are so good. Well, and kid movies too. If your lead kid actors aren't good, your movie's over before it starts. But all four of those kids, with also Jerry O'Connell and
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Yep.
Yeah, they were great.
Oh, I just watched Dream a Little Dream. That movie was so good with the two Coreys.
Nice.
You like that?
Of course. Hey, I'm a big like 80s and 90s person. So
Yeah.
any of those 80s short runtime movies, I'll take.
So we'll have a couple of buckets. Yeah, never any swag. Yeah, I will say there was a cool. Oh, that sucks. You don't get any out there. There was a popcorn bucket for Herbie from Fantastic Four. That would have been fun to get. But
Oh my gosh, I have
do you have it?
freaking Fantastic Four car or something.
You have a
It was
car?
super cheap. It was super cheap, but I'm like, I guess I'll take it. But I'm like, I don't have anywhere to put it, so it's just like lying around.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Just
I'm
sitting
like,
there. Dang, Hoss, you gotta go. My buddy Hoss, he's got to travel to go to a movie theater.
nah,
Ugh.
crazy.
And kids are on the phone and babies are crying. Oh my gosh.
No.
Popcorn buckets. All right. So, all right. Well, this has been interesting. So we're going to turn our directions a little bit now. I want to talk to you guys about tomorrow night and do a little Oscar reactions with you guys. I want to see what you're feeling, you know, if like maybe who you want, who you think will win, but who you'd like to win. And let's go ahead and start with those actors. Luke, we'll start with you. It feels like you'd like to see Timothy take it. So do you think you want him and will he? What's your
I definitely want Timothy to take it because I think it's his best performance so far. But like as of recently, since Michael B. Jordan has been taking the awards as of recently, it will probably go to Michael B. Jordan, which I'm okay with. Like I'm totally okay with it. Like if it went to Michael B. Jordan, Timothy Chalamet, or Leonardo DiCaprio, fine. Like I'm good with it.
Do we think Leo's got a shot though? Because Leo, everyone talks about him being the third guy in the race, but he hasn't won anything from this movie.
I thought he did.
Nothing big that I know of. Did he get the Golden Globe?
No, that was
No.
Timothy.
No, because that was Timothy. Yeah. So
it was Timothy.
And I don't think he got BAFTA. Did he get BAFTA?
That I think was Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
So I
feel
think
like
it's really the race between Chalamet and Jordan. So
yeah, that's what I think too.
I agree.
And you know, Leo's got one already, so they'll probably like.
And I don't
Yeah.
think that was even a great performance by Leo. Like it was good, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like he was even the best actor out of the movie. I'm still like Sean Penn. Let's go.
Yeah.
that's the best supporting actor one right there.
Well, yeah. So that's the very next one. So are we all thinking Sean Penn takes this?
Yeah.
I hope he does. I think it's going to be competitive though, so I don't think it's a for sure. But I would like him to get it.
Because
But
I would
I have
definitely
a-
say out of him and Benicio, I do think he stands out because his character is wackier. I will say this though, and my wife and I both had the same feeling is, all right, we're not gonna give too much away, but what happens to his character originally should have been where it stopped. But then the character continues and then has a different conclusion, which we both thought was completely unnecessary. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought it was
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
that originally the character just like stopped a very like you didn't see it coming. Like, oh, that was so non-confrontational. Like I thought that was a gutsy call. But then no, yeah, walking back on the thing, face all fucked up. I was like, what? And then you know what I mean? I just didn't think that we needed that. I thought it was fine without that. I mean, you did get the, you know, body horror stuff at the end.
No,
Yeah.
I liked it though because
Did you?
it just showed how wacky and crazy that character was. That he thought like he was actually gonna get all this good stuff eventually. You know, I guess like a narcissistic kind of personality, and you know that was all gonna work out for him or whatever. And then gets his comeuppance, I guess. You could say. Yeah.
All right, so we're leaning on that. Now, lead actress, is there even a question that Jessie Buckley's not going to take this home?
It's going to be Jessie Buckley, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
no question. It's going to be Jessie Buckley.
Mike, look, hate it or not, you can't deny that performance was unbelievable.
What are the other actresses nominated?
All right, so you got Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
No.
Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue.
Ooh, I actually would prefer that one.
I did love that performance. I was happy she got nominated. Renate Rensve, Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone, Begonia. I don't think that's Emma's.
I loved Begonia.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
see,
it was
Emma's
really
already
good.
got 2.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is Emma's strongest one. So
Yeah,
like,
it's very similar to what she's done before.
yeah,
so.
it's sort of like
Yeah.
the Leo DiCaprio thing. It's like she was good, but it's not
Yeah.
her best. And Jessie just, I mean, she just
Yeah.
kind of owns that movie.
Yeah, Jesse's gonna win, but I would go Kate Hudson as a favorite.
You picked that one, Luke.
I think I'm honestly good with Jessie Buckley. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
like that was easily the best actress performance of the year. Like,
Oh,
no
yeah,
question.
It was a stunner. Like,
I mean, Kate Hudson's great though, Mike. I won't get you wrong on that.
Yeah.
She's great, but
when I came out of the
she wasn't really a match for Jessie Buckley for me.
yeah, like if it was any other year where it's just sort of other like sort of regular good performances, I think Kate would really stand out. But
Oh yeah,
but Buckley's just so draining, so emotionally draining. Like when you watch that performance, yeah, I think that's a shoe in. Supporting actress, you've got Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value, 2 from Sentimental Value, Inga Lalaus, Amy Madigan, Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. And Tiana Taylor, so we all know which is which. She's the wife that ditches, and Chase Infinity is the daughter. So they've chosen Tiana Taylor.
We got to go Amy Madigan.
Amy
Come
Madigan.
On, time.
We're going for that standout weird.
It's very 50-50 right now between those two. So
which two?
Like between Tiana Taylor and Amy Madigan. Like it's a race for both of them.
What I loved about Amy's is I just didn't know who that was for the longest time. I'm watching this movie. It's funny because I just recently watched Streets of Fire this week for my fake band movie. And there was Amy Madigan with her little, pixie blonde haircut. And I'm like, oh my God, this is where she started. Now look at her with the clown makeup and the crazy face and Weapons. Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of have to agree. I think the risk is to pick Amy Madigan, right? It's the obscure pick. I like
it's probably going to be Tiana Taylor, but Madigan, come on. She clearly gave a better performance.
Well, again, though, Amy did take the actor award, so there's
so it might be her.
So yeah, so I think that is the race. Do we have a favorite in the animated department? I'm just going to list the two it's between. Forget Elio. I'm not gonna. It's either K-pop
Get it out of here
or Zootopia 2.
What else was nominated, Huck?
So it's Arco, not familiar. Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the Character of Rain. Sounds like a Ghibli movie to me. And Zootopia 2.
Yeah, I'm so pissed Knees Out 2 isn't nominated. That animated movie was incredible. Oh my God.
I'm more pissed that honestly Chainsaw Man wasn't nominated. Like if you wanted to nominate an anime film, give it to freaking Chainsaw Man. Like take out Elio, give me Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be K-pop though. I think it's K-pop.
It's definitely gonna be K-pop.
I haven't seen K-pop all the way through though. I've only seen a few clips. It didn't look like the movie for me, but I'll give it another chance. I like it too, though.
I really enjoyed it though. I did like it, but if I had to pick though, like if I was like voting, Zootopia 2, honestly.
Oh yeah,
that's easily the best animated film that came out last year, without question.
Did you see K-pop, Luke? Demon Hunters?
I did. I mean, I do really like it. I mean, I'm glad it's getting the accolades it gets, but Zootopia was miles better to me. Like, it was more clever and plus more funny. Like, the Shining reference had me dying.
Yeah. A lot of stuff for adults in that, which was interesting. But I tell you, though, the team that brought K-pop Demon Hunters, a lot of what goes into making the movie sways how people vote as well. And there's something just sort of that ambition. I think that 10 years in the making that this woman like created this story and, went after Sony to make it. And that's why like all the Spider-Man, the third movie's been in delay because they were making this movie, same team and all that. I think visually it's a little more stunning than Zootopia. Like, cause it's
right.
That Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, like energy to it. So, I mean, I would lean to that just because Zootopia won the year it came out. So
yeah,
I kind of feel like, the first one got it. Let's give it to something new. Yeah. All right, we'll skip
public service announcement. See Knees Out 2. You got to do it.
I know you were telling me.
I'll do it, man.
Don't watch the first one. You're gonna make that mistake. You're gonna say, if I'm gonna watch the second one, I gotta watch don't watch the first one at all.
All right.
Watch the second one. I think it's on Peacock maybe now. Something.
I'll double check and correct for you, Mike.
Yeah.
Of course, this year we get the very first long overdue category of casting. I feel like this might be obvious, but you got Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners, all vying for the best casting. Mike, who do you think this leans towards?
I think it's going to be Sinners, and I want Sinners. So I mean, that cast all around was great. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke, you think the same?
I'm kind of leaning more towards either Sinners or Marty Supreme, honestly.
See, I feel like Marty Supreme, as you know, I did like some of the performances in it, but when you've got something like Sinners, much bigger cast, by the way, and you sort of weave in when they're at the juke joint at the end, just the sheer volume of cast members that you're trying to make sure you keep telling their story and getting them from point A to point B. I think just was a more monumental task for that cast. And the guy that sang, the cousin, that dude that was so good.
Oh yeah,
I was watching some of the making of with Becky last night, and they said they looked at thousands of people for that role until they finally came across that one guy. And when he sang, they just looked at each other and went, "I think we found our guy." I mean, that's the casting story right there. So I kind of feel like that kind of journey to find certain people rather than just sort of knowing a few good actors and plugging, which is kind of what I feel like One Battle After Another is. It's like kind of hard to screw it up if you pick Sean Penn, you pick Benicio, you pick
the best actors around. Let's go.
It's too obvious you're gonna have a good show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Sinners too. All right, cinematography: Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Luke, who you going with?
Wait, what were they again? Sorry.
Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
And you said makeup, wasn't it?
This is cinematography.
Cinematography, sorry. I think honestly, because it was shot with VistaVision cameras, I gotta say One Battle After Another. But close second, I would say Train Dreams.
Oh, Mike, where are you leaning?
Yeah, I'm going One Battle as well, but I think it might go to Sinners. I think it's going to be between those two. It's going to be very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny because when I rewatch Sinners, when I rewatch both of them, I like the VistaVision stuff and all that, but I also love just sort of the look and the tone and the style from Sinners. I think One Battle's going to take it, but I would prefer Sinners.
Yeah.
Let's get to costumes. I don't know why this is nominated, but Avatar, Fire and Ash for costume. I get it. You got to design the look. That's cool. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. So no flannel t-shirts for One Battle After Another. So that's I guess I didn't feel the need to honor Leo's flannel shirt.
Yeah.
But do we just think it's a two-way race between Frankenstein and Sinners?
I think so. Those are both good choices. All of them are good choices. Though.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaning more towards Frankenstein, honestly.
Frankenstein would be cool.
I wanted to go to Frankenstein personally, and like Sinners costume design, fantastic, but Frankenstein, honestly, like has a bit more of the edge.
Yeah, it's more picturesque. Those and I do love how I think Coogler got the same costume designer that did Wakanda, so she's already won. So we can go that route too. But I do love how she gave the two twins different look, like Smoke is blue, Stack is red, different. I love that, but I feel like Sinners is going to take it. I'm going to lean towards Sinners on that one.
Yeah.
All right, directing. We got Zoe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas for One Battle, Joaquin Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Who do we think Mike is taking the director?
Yeah, I mean, it's in between PTA and Coogler, but I think it'll go PTA. It's just his time, legacy time.
Yeah. I'm with Mike. I think it's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson. I would love for it to be Ryan Coogler, though. Like, I would love for that, but
they said
I think it's probably going to go to Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, they said in 98 years, an African American has never even won like a director award. However, Paul Thomas Anderson has been nominated 14 times and never won. He's like the Diane Warren of directors. So, who I feel bad about. We'll get to that. Diane's not going to win again. Again, she's going to lose. Like her 15th time in a row. All right, let's get that. All right, we talked about this earlier. Film editing. You got F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Who takes the editing award? I'll start and just say I think One Battle is gonna maybe take that. I feel like F1 is just gonna get overlooked in the technical awards, except for maybe sound. But I I would personally nominate it for editing because of the driving and stuff, but I feel like One Battle needs to win a few more things to
Yeah.
I really want F1 though.
Yeah.
The editing was so good with
So
that.
good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna lean toward F1 is like so close for like my number one pick, but I'm still gonna say One Battle after another.
Okay. All right. We're getting to the bottom here. Makeup and hairstyling. So we'll just say makeup. Frankenstein. I don't know what Kokuho is, but there's that. Sinners. The Smashing Machine with The Rock, the only nomination there. And The Ugly Stepsister. I know KB was talking about that movie being good. But again, I think we're talking about what? Frankenstein and Sinners? I mean, how does it not go to Frankenstein?
The Smashing Machine, it was incredible how they really transformed Dwayne The Rock Johnson into that character. So that was pretty impressive. So
it looked good. It looked good.
Yeah. So I'm glad at least got some recognition. So,
but now my thing is, does one facial prosthetic beat out the entire body application on Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein? I don't think so.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it does not.
As good as Rock looked like the other guy, Jacob, I think, and it changes throughout a little bit, the film.
Like hell, I couldn't tell that was Jacob Elordi. Like when you first see him as the monster, I'm like, that doesn't look like him.
No. So I'm going to go with that. All right. Musical score. All right. Not the song, but we're going score. Just the instrumental essence of the film. You got Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, and Sinners. Who takes the score?
Sinners.
I think it will be Sinners, but I kind of want Begonia to get it because I really like the score for
Yes.
I'm here with that.
It was so good.
Yes, Mike.
Well, you noticed that wardrobe was not selected for Begonia. Thank God.
That movie was so good, though.
It was so a fine movie. It was a fine movie, but a real stupid ending. Come on, those costumes, that was dumb.
But that's the kind of director. He does that weird stuff.
True. All right, yeah, I agree. Sinners, it's just not only is the score great, but it also incorporates the musicality of like that scene when they're showing all the different sort of times that this music inspires generations. When they bring in like the kabuki dancer and the Hawaiian dance, and they have that sort of surreal moment. Scenes like that, I think, is what set Sinners apart. All right, best song. I'm just gonna list the two. Poor Diane Warren for Dear Me. Dear Me, why is she even here? Poor thing. She should just stay home. So it's either Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters or I Lied to You from Sinners, right? I mean, it's really two ways.
Yeah.
I think it's K-pop.
It's gonna be K-Pop Demon Hunters, but I would love for Sinners to take home this award.
I am curious what momentum Sinners is having on home video right now for all the voting. I mean, the voting stopped on the 5th anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's the other thing too. When people say, "Oh, Timothée Chalamet just trashed all the opera singers," it's not a real art. Doesn't matter. Voting had closed before he made those comments. So if he's gonna win, that will not affect his win or loss. Do you know what I mean? Like Michael B. Jordan's going to either beat him or not.
I can't wait to see his speech though if he does win. What do you got to say now, Timmy?
Right. All right. Let's see. Anything else you really want to do? You want to do the writing? All right. So adapted screenplay: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, Train Dreams.
One Battle.
Begonia.
Yep. What? Oh, Begonia? You think?
It's not going to be Begonia, but I'll take Begonia.
That's what you want? All right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be One Battle.
I'm going to go One Battle. We'll be quick with these now. Original screenplay: Blue Moon, It Was an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners.
It's either going to be Sinners or Marty Supreme.
I'll go Marty on that one.
I'm going Sinners because I think the audience, the Academy is going to want to give Ryan Coogler something. And if they don't give Coogler director or best picture, at least he takes home a statue by winning this award. That's my way of thinking. Visual effects. Do we just say Avatar wins it?
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Sinners, the effects, no. F1, no. Yeah, it's going to be Avatar. It's all effects. All right, so sound. Here's your chance, Mike. You got F1, Frankenstein, One Battle, Sinners, and Sirat.
Let's
Does
go.
F1 take your sound?
Gotta be at F1.
It's got to be F1. But I want to call in a snub for best sound though. Warfare.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Why
yeah.
was Warfare not nominated?
Yeah, that should have got sound.
Yeah.
All right, before we get to the big best picture, here's the last one. Production design. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty, One Battle, Sinners.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be. All right, 10 movies. Should I list them all off or just the last two?
Yeah,
Just go. Just list them all.
Good.
All right, so here you go. Begonia, Mike, there you go. F1, Frankenstein. It's a good batch, man. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. So you got 3 international pictures in there, which is pretty impressive. But let's call a spade a spade. I think it's between One Battle and Sinners, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I-
F1 would be cool.
I'm glad F1's up there. Just don't know why the Secret Agent was on there though. That film was honestly kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like it's good, but best picture worthy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, he's got a cutout. Thanks, Dell, for coming out.
So yeah.
Tony says, saw Sinners in the theater when he came out. She's going to make a release. Enjoyed it second time. Yep. Same here, Tony.
I think, you know what, if I have to lean towards it though and like decide, because it's gonna be One Battle or Sinners, I'm leaning towards One Battle. When I think about best picture winners, what's gonna have some staying power, because Sinners is gonna become a franchise, movie set and all that stuff.
You think? You
I
think
think
they'll do that?
Yeah, of course. Know how much money Sinners made and how they set it up at that? They're doing a whole franchise there.
Yeah.
I think One Battle. I do think One Battle. Especially with the social commentary and this day and age. And
yeah.
I think some people may have voted that way.
And what's funny is that movie was made before our political climate. Like it was in post-production when all this was. So it's very interesting how timely that movie ended up being.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Sinners is a fun time, but I think because of Mike, you mentioned earlier, Paul Thomas Anderson, it's kind of his time. I think Coogler's going to have another shot at it. I really do. I think he's very skilled, and I think he's got some more in the tank that I think he can score that winner award with.
But both are good choices. Both
Yeah.
are good choices. I wouldn't be mad either way. I'd only be mad if Hamnet won. I'd be like, what the heck just happened?
I would not mind if Hamnet won. That'd be great. It's interesting because I often think too, like, what if you split right down the middle? What if you give the 2 guys win the writer award, right? So PTA gets that writer, Coogler gets that writer, and then maybe Coogler gets best movie, so he gets the producer award, and then Thomas gets the director award, and they both walk home with 2. Could that happen, or is it just one?
Or maybe one of them will go all of it. Like it was Sean Baker last time, right? That just walking home with like 4 or 5.
Dude, he got 4.
Yeah.
Dude, in one night, he got more Oscars than Spielberg his entire career. That kind of pissed me off. Like, really? Like, even like editing? Really? It wins editing?
I was happy because I really liked Adora. So I'm
It's
like,
a great
I'm
movie.
Yes.
I agree.
And he got to make Adora, so he's probably like, man, I just had the best year of my life, best couple of years of my
Oh, I
life.
know, right?
Yeah.
I just felt bad that Demi didn't take home that sort of lifetime, because I felt like she, not only was it wouldn't have been a sympathy vote because she was quite good in the movie. Because a lot of people say, oh, Jamie Lee Curtis was a sympathy win. I'm like, no,
I really
good in that movie.
No.
Yeah. It's okay. She got the SAG award though, right? So Demi got something,
Yeah,
Yeah.
did she get SAG award?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. That's why people thought she was gonna maybe win,
Stackable.
if I remember correctly. So she got something, And we can
Oh,
still
that's
enjoy
the
her
whole
best
theater.
movies, so we can go back and watch Striptease again. And
Dude, I got that from a Groove sale.
that movie's actually really good. Like that's
I haven't rewatched
underrated.
it yet.
It's actually good. It's a good plot. And then Ghost, of course. I think Ghost is great.
Yeah.
Like everybody's excited. KB's in the house. Thanks for jumping in there, KB. All right. Well, I think we've actually come to the conclusion, my friends. Thank you for talking about getting out to the movie. How about this? So now that this is about the theater, the main topic, let's talk about what we end it with, what we love the most. Let's promote these theaters for the managers out there, for the movie theaters out there, for the people who don't bother to go out there. This is an art form that I would not like to see go away. And if everything's going to be relegated to content, I think we're going to have some very unmemorable movies in our future. So to maintain the staying power of the movie theaters, Mike, what do we love about cinema?
Yeah. Even with all of its flaws, and there's many flaws, and they do need to upgrade these theaters for sure, it's still the best way to watch a movie. The biggest screen possible you're going to see a movie on. I don't care what your home theater setup is. You don't got that kind of big screen in your house. You just don't. And then the speaker setup too, the sound system, especially if you go to a premium screen, whether, it's a Dolby, RPX screen, IMAX screen, any of those fancy screens, like that's a cool event experience, especially if you can go opening weekend. You do get lucky and get a great crowd out there. Everybody's laughing with the movie together or crying with the movie or like jumping out of their seat. So you get the communal experience. You don't get that at home. Okay. So that's why you still need to go out to the theater. And plus, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, theaters are so expensive. If you have a Regal or AMC near you, there is literally no expense excuse. The limited pass makes it the cheapest way to watch movies. It's cheaper than collecting physical media. It's cheaper than streaming services, because if you buy 2 streaming services now, it's more expensive than your Regal $20 pass. So if you buy Regal or AMC, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Luke, what you think, bud?
I don't know, man. Just something about going to the theater, like Mike said, it's usually the best way to see a movie, to like get the crowd reaction. And plus, it also sometimes will depend on like what film you're also talking about. If it's like a visual feast like Avatar, or if it's like an animated film like Hoppers, like you will always get the best experience whenever you watch a film in a movie theater. Like no matter what, like you said, Mike, if you watch it at home, nah, dude, like you're not getting the best experience. Like the best experience is always, and I'm going to say it 1,000 more times, always in a movie theater.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine watching Avatar 3 for the first time at home? Like that would have been a terrible experience. You need to see it in 3D on a big screen. Like that's an event kind of movie for that.
Right.
Yeah, movie owners got this thing. It's like, I wish it would just be for 6 months, then go to physical and digital. Quicker it moves to physical form, the less theaters will make. Yeah.
I will say this, though, as some good news, that Universal did come out and say that they're going to be extending their theatrical window for their films from this year, starting for 5 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And then next year, in 2027, for 7 weeks.
Yeah,
so I think we're good.
That's kind of what Disney does with their like high profile titles. Like Inside Out 2 was in theaters a long time. So yeah, that's definitely the way to do it, at least.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, I'm going to echo a lot of what you guys said too. I just have this thing, like when I pull up to the theater, like I don't know, you guys too. Like I just look at it and I go like this is my place. This is where I get to sort of just disconnect from the world, go inside this auditorium, and maybe have a nice communal experience where, like Luke, you're saying, you laugh, you scream, you have a good time, you cry, whatever it is, and then it just takes you away for a couple of hours, and then you can get back to your life. But I just think it's an art form that's worthy of surviving. I would hate to just see in 5 years theater after theater after theater going away. So that's why I get the card. Like Mike said, get those cards. Luke, it sucks you don't have a place that has the cards, but I think it is certainly a way to get everybody out. You just get that card, you go twice, see 2 movies, and then you've paid for it and you've supported your theater. I even asked the theater, my manager, Louise, shout out Louise. I said, do you get, because I've already paid the thing, when I come back in and every time I scan that card for a movie, do you get something from that? He says, yes. So it's like paying admission. They get something from that every time. So what I'll even do, and so Mike, for you with the card, is when I'm done with my movie, if I'm leaving and I'm not going to see another movie, just go back over to the kiosk and hit the kiosk one more time and buy a ticket, but go home. Like if you want to see Scream 7 make more movie or more money, or you want to see whatever, just go buy one more ticket for the movie you just saw, or maybe something you preferred last week because it was better. I did that to Send Help. I bought 3 tickets to Send Help because I like that movie so much, but I only saw it once.
So you sent help to send help.
I did exactly. Precisely. But yeah, so anybody that has a card, just do that when you're leaving because it gives the theater money as well as the movie itself. You know, it's just my way of just giving a little bit more when I leave. So
Yeah.
do that, boys. All right. Anything else? What are you looking to get on physical media? We'll end it with a physical media get. Anything coming up that you're dying to add to your collection? That's obviously on sale, huh, Mike?
I know, I'm always waiting for the deals and the sales, you know. So it's like whatever popped up, that's a good discount. But I mean, I've been loving Blu-ray collecting right now. Like Hamilton books, Groove, picking up some cheap Blu-rays that are just really good. Oh man, that's what I've been enjoying. So
it feels good, right? Luke, what about you, man?
Well, you know me, Hawk. I'm a big physical media guy. Like I love physical media. But as far as like the new stuff that's really coming out that I want to buy, honestly, like just this Tuesday, like I'll probably I think I'm only gonna buy Anaconda, the new Anaconda, and The Housemaid.
Oh, The Housemaid was so good.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that.
That was one I did pre-order because I wanted the Amazon exclusive Digipack thing.
Oh yeah,
because it takes up such little space on the shelf. I'm loving it, like because it's so like thin, and I'm like, you know what? I wish all movies would do that. I know some people love the thick spines with like 20 encyclopedias in an edition. I don't like that. Like, I just want the disc. So if you can give me the smallest case as possible, I need that for shelf space right now. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pre-order that day one just because of that design.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just taking a look real quick to see what new release you got. Oh,
did you guys get the Zootopia 2, $100 plus steelbook third-party seller? No? Nobody was sold on that one?
Yeah, Anaconda's coming out. Is This Thing On is also coming out.
Yeah. But that will get discounted.
Yeah.
Wait for a 3 for
yeah.
3.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like that's what I always do is I always tell people every Tuesday what I want, but I won't be going out today to get it. I always wait for the sale. So yeah, I think those are the ones. Like, Is This Thing On, Housemaid, Anaconda. Yeah, that looks great. Cool. All right, guys. Well, man, thank you for joining me about this talk about movie theaters. Hopefully this has pumped people up to get out if you don't go much. Hopefully we've shown you all the pros and cons, but to me it's always a pro. It's always a pro to get out and support those theaters. So that's going to do it for today, fellas.
Hey, what about our shameless plugs, Huck?
Oh, shameless plug. Sure, Mike, plug away. Show us how it's done.
I know we were talking Oscars, so I do have an Oscar cage match stream coming up on Monday night. So basically like a little Oscar after party the next day. But we got some big physical media collectors that love the Oscars competing, showing different Oscar movies with different categories, different questions. So we'll see who has the best Oscar movie collection on physical media. So that'll be Monday night. But once again, Mega Mike the Movie Man, stop by the channel. We're always doing physical media stuff, out of theater, movie theater reactions. So watch a video all the way through, like, hype, and then if you like what I have to offer, be a good guy and subscribe. But check out the content fully first before you make that commitment. And I will say that for everybody here too. Please actually go watch each other's videos. All right, panelists, you guys do this too. So we'll go watch all each other's stuff. Right. Audience, you come in, we'll watch all each other's stuff because that is going to be the only way to save movies in the next 5 to 10 years. You have to grow these movie communities because if you don't have communities around movies, once again, you're going to see less people at the theaters. You're going to see less people collecting stuff. And then what's going to happen to the movies? Just like Timmy said, it's going to go the way of the ballades. It's going to be gone, right? It's going to be very loose. So, I didn't like how Timmy said it, but I also do admit Timmy had a point there. I get what he was saying.
You know what he was trying to say.
But, we want to save movies and physical media this year. You got to support these guys here. Support these channels, okay?
Thanks. Like this guy.
Yeah, but at least for tomorrow, Mike was talking about, like an Oscars showdown. But I'm going to be doing an Oscars watch party. Going to be watching the Oscars live.
Ooh.
Just all the way through. I did that last year, and that video did really well. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to continue the tradition and go ahead and do another one for this year's Oscars. And I think this will be a bit more exciting this go around for this year's Oscars rather than last year's, because it's kind of predictable with some of the winners. Like, as they kept coming along, it's like, yeah, I kind of figured. But with the awards that I've been waiting for certain films, like over the award season, I'm like, I'm actually really excited about this award season, especially the Oscars tomorrow night. So stay tuned.
Nice. Yeah,
I
man.
wonder-
I think that.
I
Yeah,
want a surprise face every time, Luke. Every time the winner's announced, super surprise.
yeah, right. Oh! No way. I think that's going to be the fun thing about tonight is like there is no shoe in, because even if it is just a 2-pony race, it's still, you don't know which one crosses the finish line in each category. You know what I mean? I think it is very much, while it's not a slam dunk, except for maybe Jesse Buckley, everything else is really like one or two. So, and with that, who does Oscar ballots? I know I do. So I'll be making out an Oscar ballot. Anybody else do that?
No.
Ballots, yeah. So we're gonna have a couple of friends over, and we all sort of fill out a ballot, and then we swap ballots, and then we, take home a big fat cash prize. $2. No. All right, y'all. Thanks so much, man. Go see these guys' channels. It was impromptu at the last minute, so I will be adding their links in the comments right after this is over. But you know these two. Go look for them. Mega Mike, the Movie Man, and Luke Ponto, guys. Thank you so much. And go to the theater and watch a movie. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.
Ooh.